Right then. I have no idea what's going to happen tonight. I've got to shut the door. Ha-ha! Lads, lasses, people with glasses, and of course, all of those in between. My name, in case you didn't already know, is Dexter, and welcome to tonight's Low Energy Livestream, where tonight, yes, I do in fact have video, at least I do at the moment. I'm not exactly sure how that's going to work. It may not survive. We shall have to see. Now, I am incredibly unprepared as per usual, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. This could be good. It could be incredibly bad, but we'll give it a try. I'm just making sure that is in fact muted, so I shouldn't be getting stuff echoing back through. Right then. Anyway. So yes, my name is Dexter, and I hope that I can be of entertainment tonight. I do the stream roughly, once a week. That's the goal. But yes, here I am. As I said, I am highly unprepared. I have stuff all over the place. I did not put in enough work, as per usual, for this stream. But we shall see what happens. So thank you very much for dropping in. Hello there, Albert. Thank you very much for dropping in. Hello, Ben. And also, hello, Paul. Thank you very much. Yeah, I think you three are possibly, my most frequent viewers. So thank you very much for joining me. Thank you very much for joining me on this gloomy, rainy Wednesday evening. Hello there, Johnny. No, there is in fact no beer tonight. I am on a diet and I have water. Although I have already had a bottle of Copperberg. So that's something. It's something. Right, anyway, I suppose, without further ado, let's jump straight onto this. Right, so every week, on Wednesday night, I like to give a shout out. For those that may have not seen the show before, I like to give a shout out where you can go and play paintball this coming weekend. Now, the only thing that I limit this to is these games have to be UK based. Unfortunately, if you have games going on elsewhere in the world, this show isn't for that. This is primarily, when I give the shoutouts, this is for UK-based paintball, because I'm based in the UK, and I want to see UK paintball grow. That's what I want to happen. So, before I move on, good evening there, Richard. Thank you very much for dropping in. Hello there, Ian. Thank you once again. I have got my I've got my Yorkshire Bands pin right in front of me here. I'm not going to actually remove it from the lampshade that it's attached to at the moment, but I do have my pin here. Thank you very much. Right then, Albert, yes, it's only because there is nothing on TV. Well, hopefully I can be more entertaining than the rubbish that is on TV. No, that's not necessarily going to happen, but I can try it. So, where can you play this weekend if you are based in the UK? Right, well, some of these I have more information for than others, because I want people to give me the information without me having to go searching all across the internet for it. I'm prepared to do a little bit of research when it comes to this, but I'm unbelievably busy for somebody that does nothing. So anyway, first one that we've got is there is a walk-on at Outpost Chester. And I believe Nicky T is actually attending this one if you just want to go along and meet him. Now, I don't have any prices or anything for this one, but big shout out to Dan Phillips for the information that I did get on this one, so thank you very much. The walk-on is this coming Sunday. Next, we have a walk-on at Strikeforce Paintball, which is Gisborough. This is this Sunday as well. It is £18 green fee, £10 per bag of paint, or £35 for a box. It is site paint only, however. You do need to put down a £5 deposit if you want to get along and play. And kit hire is £5 as well. So if you want to take a friend along and you don't have enough gear that you can share stuff out, you can't loan stuff out to him or her, of course, 2019, ladies and gentlemen. If you haven't got the kit to loan out to a friend, you can get kit hire for an extra £5. The feet per second limit is 280 feet per second, which is pretty standard across the UK. Pyro is welcome, and I believe First Strike and coloured paint are also welcome. Now, for those that might be wondering why I'm specifically referencing coloured paint, it is because the site that The owners of this site also own a related indoor paintball field, and their indoor paintball field runs a clear shell paint. So yes, I'm assuming they're fine if you want to shoot that as well, as long as everyone takes the hits. But you can use normal coloured fill as well. And I believe this is that site's actual first walk-on. So if you want to be there for the opening of a site, for their first game where they have the regular players on, get yourselves along, go have fun, and come back and tell me what it was like. Also, thank you very much to Michaela Fretwell for that one. Thank you very much, Michaela. Next up, there is Ambush Paintball. They have a walk-on. That is in Southampton. That is this coming Sunday. It is £25 entry fee, including your lunch. Also, you do have the option of bring your own paint, or it is £27.50 per box. Now, I think £27.50 for a box of paint is actually a very, very reasonable price in the UK. Although I can't say what kind of paint it is, and I can't say what kind of how it's been stored or anything like that. But providing it's been stored in the same sort of standards as most sites, I think £27.50 is a perfectly reasonable price for paint in the UK. So thank you very much, Chris Moulton, for the information on that game. And finally, there is also a walk-on at Mayhem Essex. Now, if you were wanting to go and play the big game at Mayhem, this is the perfect opportunity for you to go and get yourself down there, test some of the fields out, maybe to make sure that your gear's working in good condition before the big game. And also, you will get to play the new shipment field that Mayhem have just been building. You will get to play that before anybody else. So get yourselves down there, go check it out, and thank you very much, Cheryl Patterson, for the information on that one. That is also this coming Sunday. Now, unfortunately, that's all the information that I have on games this week. But if you check the links down below, you will find links to the games, or at least to places where you can find out more information on them. And if you also, while you're down there, I believe there is a link in the description to my YouTube's Facebook page, where I do share any information that I find on games that are upcoming. I share that on there as well. So hopefully, if I miss anything on my stream, you will see links to it on my Facebook page. Sometimes I also, I might see things later than the show, and I try and share them on my Facebook page. So yeah, go over, check that out. There might be something on there that you like. Also, sometimes things that I might not feel are necessary to put on the show, I might actually show off just on my Facebook page anyway. So who else we got? Thank you very much, Tony, for dropping in. It is a pleasure to see you. And also Poseidon, thank you very much for dropping in as well, my friends. Good evening. I hope that you are all doing well. Now, I must say, if I am speaking too fast, please don't hesitate to tell us, and I will try to calm down a little bit. I realise that this is the low energy live stream, but sometimes I feel like I've got a rocket up my arse. And I just managed to miss my mouth with my water. Albert, a link to Dexter's personal Pornhub page. Well now, Albert, now that you mention that, there's a YouTuber that I like to watch called Count Dankula, and he has a Mad Lads series where he talks about people that have done interesting things in history. He talked about Lorraine Bobbitt, who was famous for chopping her partner's penis off. This is instantly my stream demonetized. Then again, I don't have money on it, so if I did have the potential to monetize my videos, my stream would be demonetized. So you've got Lorraine Bobbitt, who chopped her husband's penis off and then took it for a drive. There was, I can't remember what the name is, but there was a Japanese cult who tried to gas people. There was a warlord. There's the Killdozer bloke. So he did a few videos on these sort of guys, but one of the, I think it was the first guy he ever did a video on, was a guy called Dragonlord. Now, Dragonlord is quite a famous German live streamer, as I understand it. Well, it turns out he recently, or at least at some point in recent history, he opened up a Pornhub page, and somebody copied a video from it, hacked one of his live streams, and played a video of him entertaining himself over his own stream without him being aware. That is evil. Tony, yes, in fact, it is a Nicky T t-shirt. Now, I don't know if you can see that. I now can't see anything, but yes, this is one of Nicky T's lovely retro t-shirts. It's awesome. Now, I must say mine is a 2XL and fits like a glove because, unfortunately, as much as I try and get myself fit, I am slowly expanding to fill rooms. But, yes, it's a lovely, well-made t-shirt. It is good quality. It is fantastic. Now, I was actually going to save it until a bit later in the show. There you go. I can see now that you have all getting a lovely shot of the t-shirt. But since the t-shirt has actually been brought up now, if you are interested in picking up one of these t-shirts, these lovely, lovely retro t-shirts, thank you very much, Nick, there was only 40 of them made. Now, I've had a quick look over on Nick's Facebook page, and apparently there is still medium, large, and extra large still available in at the moment. Now, those numbers, the t-shirts are selling fast, so if you want to grab one, you will have to get in there pretty soon. They are £25 to the UK, to anywhere in the UK, as far as I understand it. And if you are interested in one, but you are outside of the UK, then you, unfortunately, will have to contact Nick directly, and he will be able to sort out a price then and there. But yes, I would definitely recommend these t-shirts. I am in no way sponsored by Nicky T. But yes, I do actually really like this. So yeah, I thought I would share this around. And yeah, go get yourself one. So, there we go. Richie Brown, crap, you ordered one of Nicky T's t-shirts in XL and you're skinnier than me. Well, Rich, what I can see is this is a bit baggy on me. I'll stand up so you can kind of... There you go. It's not tight on us or anything. There's a bit of play in this. I generally just like to wear baggier clothes anyway because, unfortunately, I am very self-conscious about my weight. For the amount that I take my clothes off at events and stuff like that, I am actually very self-conscious. Yeah. Yes, I'm an incredibly sociable, unsociable person. So, that's the t-shirts talked about. However, I probably will go back to that if anybody is interested again later on. Next up, I suppose I'm going to drop straight over onto some of the interesting stuff that I've seen this week. But first, I'm going to give you a rundown. I was asked to give a shout out to this one. Right, so ladies and gentlemen, coming up next month, I suppose this kind of goes down as, in fact, I haven't put this one in the information for the video, so forgive me for that. I will have to do this later on. Did I? No, I did. I put it in the big game shout out. Right, now let's just find my link, my page. Right then, so big game shout out for this week goes out to Superheroes vs Villains 2019. There is information in the description down below for this one. But I'm reading from the Harrogate Mafia Paintball team, which please go check out, guys. Harrogate Mafia Paintball team says, with only 45 days before game on for skirmish Superheroes vs Villains big game, who will you be fighting for, superheroes or villains? It's a charity event, so a percentage of the ticket sales goes towards the nominated charity. I've lost my mouse. The proceeds for the following all go towards the charity. That's raffle tickets, auction and cake sale. Friday the 27th, there is free camping and the campsite opens at 2 PM. Saturday the 28th, walk-on style games, a 2v2 tournament with a trophy. There is also movie night and fireworks. If you want to snuggle up with somebody and have a sweet romantic moment, then is the opportunity to do it. On-site facilities include food stall for your food and drink, Just Paintball UK for all of your kit requirements, H-Pack supplying both 3 and 4.5k air fills. There is free use of the barbecues. There is proper toilets with hot and cold running water, which, as I have said so many times before, is a fantastic thing for sites to have. Not every site has it, but the ones that do, oh, it is bliss. There is also a prize for best costume, so those of you that are into your cosplay may not want to go full cosplay, but yes, definitely dress up. Paint is available. Obviously, paint is available. GI Sports Paintball, various grades from £26 per box. There is also Valken UK, various grades from £26 per box. Faction leaders for the superheroes are AJ Purnell and Mike Tate, both veterans of the UK paintball scene. And for the villains, Colin Barlow, my current technical problem. Yeah, I've got that wrong. I'm saying that wrong. For the villains faction leaders, Colin Barlow, who is currently one of the co-hosts on the Technical Problem broadcast, and Liam Firth. So now I'm not sure on Liam, but Colin is also a very I would definitely go down the route of saying a veteran of the UK paintball scene. Sorry, Liam, I'm not familiar with you. At least I'm not familiar with your name. There's a good chance I know you, but at this moment I'm probably shoot myself in the foot here, but I can't think of you. Ticket prices, full weekend, 50. In fact, Liam, I'll tell you what, let's change that. Let's say hello next time when I see you. Ticket prices, full weekend, £55. Sunday only, £40. Spectators, £10. Every player booked in receives a free faction t-shirt. I am all about the t-shirts, especially the ones that hide my belly. There is a link for booking up. If you are struggling for transport or spaces, check out the Carpool and Hotel Share for Paintballers, which I believe is run by Cherie Williams. Cherie Daniels. Cherie, also known as Black Widow. And there is also a Preacher's page for propelling passionate paintballers to places of play. Now, that one I'm not on, and I quite like. No, it is. If I don't actually search that up, it is going to do my head in. Cherie Daniels. Yes, I knew the name. Just know her as Cherie or Black Widow. That's all I've ever known her as. Alright, anyway. So, what I was saying. Martello, are you late? No, you are not late, my friend. My stream is free to drop in or drop out at any point. And as Albert says, no, you haven't missed much. I've just dropped a pen lid. Right then. So, that was the skirmish superheroes versus villains big game. I'm hoping to get down there that weekend. At this moment, I'm being told I'm not allowed to come out and play. But that may change. Don't let the wife know. Right then, so yes, read that one out. And let's move on to what is next. Now, so ladies and gentlemen, today we have some Milsim stuff to show off. And I think I've got some beauties for to show you today. So I'm just going to drop over onto the share screen if I can actually find my links to do stuff. And dropping onto the share screen, check this out. Now, I didn't actually share the original link to this one. When I say that, I didn't share the original link to it on my own Facebook page. I actually shared a link from one of the MagFed pages of this. But if you check out Chad Bob's Print Shack, this is the guy that has actually originally made it. This is his own workshop and his own Facebook page. But yes, this is the ASM/ASVAL kit for the MG100. Now, to me, with my simpleton brain of firearms, I thought it was an SVD. But apparently it's not an SVD. It's one of these instead. But look at that. I mean, that is pristine. That looks really cool. Now, Pump Fury, myself and Pump Fury, and I believe also Albert, and also the Charlie Man, did actually talk about this a little while ago, about would this be possible to do. And Chad Bob has just blown it out the water and gone and done it. Now, I think there's a couple of pictures and a video on this as well. Now, I'm not going to play the video if it comes on, but I will, of course, show you the pictures, because this is fantastic work. If you've got an MG100 and you are looking for a way to make it unique, this is the way to go. I mean, with the integrated bottle and stock and everything, this thing just looks brilliant. His work is just beautiful on this. I don't really know what more I can say to it. I mean, if I was in the market for, and it doesn't actually look like I've got the video on this section here, but if I was in the market for a Markfed marker at the moment, that is something that I would be very, very tempted by. The printing looks to be beautiful, looks pristine on it. It looks fantastic to me. That I love I love the little scope on it there. Now I'm not a real steel sort of guy. I don't know that much about it. I know what an AK is, and I know what like an M4 variant rifle looks kind of like, and I know a few pistols, but I don't know the real steel that much. But the little ACOG type scope on there, that just looks fantastic to me. But yes, if you have an MG100 and if you have an MG100 and you're wanting something to make it unique, get in touch with Chad Bob, because this thing just looks amazing. But while I'm on that, Albert says, God, wake me up when all the gay stuff stops. Magfred is stock class and drag prove me wrong. You know what it is, Albert? You are totally right that Magfed is just stock class and drag. I will totally back you up on that argument. But you can't deny that that's cool. And Ben also says, it's still working. What witchcraft is this? Well, Ben, it seems that my laptop can run this stuff, but just can't run webcam chat, which is unfortunate, and I am adamant that I will try and sort something out, but unfortunately it looks like I may have to get a new rig if I want to actually do that. Oh God. Oh, water. Beautiful. It's not vodka, I promise. Right then, so moving on from that and staying with the sort of Soviet kind of Russian type theme, I want to move over onto this one, which I'm not, again, this is a video, so I'm not going to play the video. I'm just going to leave this on the still image here. But check this out. It's and that thing is just beautiful. It's I don't know what more I can say about that. I'm gonna pop this up on the full screen here, but just check it out. I realise that what you can see there is probably a sort of quite a grainy kind of image that's coming through. I don't know if I can sharpen that up at all. Automatic. Let's see. I can boost this up to 720p. Yeah, there we go. That's a lot more clear. Now this thing. Unfortunately, the only information that I have on this one is the audio from it. The information that I gather from the audio. What's that? Anyway, right. So, the video was shared by SES Professor S. So if you want to check this video out for yourself, please go over and check that out. Yes, so go over and check out the full video. And the video features Dan from, I believe it is Upforged, though I could be wrong on that. And he's shown off the PBK 68, which takes real AK furniture. Now, I've wanted to see a Markfed marker that, like a replica AK-47 for the Markfed community for a very long time. I wanted to see something that actually looked like a real AK. Because let's face it, I mean, the AK-47, one of the most popular rifles on the planet, and that isn't a decent one on the market. So for this to come out, I think if this is produced and sold, it's gonna be good. I really want to see more players actually going around using this. Now, this is actually a modified GOG enemy that they're using for the internals, which means it is a fairly good marker. I mean, yes, the GOG enemy, it's not a high-end marker, but it is a fantastic low-end mechanical marker. And it's also low pressure, as they say in the video, so it's sort of good for anti-chop. Now, it's not going to be perfect. It's not going to be perfect because it is a mechanical, but it's a bloody good marker for internals. And now they are also using their own custom 20-round mags that actually apparently take first-rate rounds. So you could run this with 20 rounds and 20 first-rate rounds in the mag and go out and have a great time. And it looks to be a true feed as well. So there isn't a pop the mag out, turn around, stick it back in and keep shooting. It is just one constant feed for the full 20 rounds, which again is a very, very nice feature. But I think I'm going to drop over back onto the main screen here. And yeah, if you are interested in checking that one out, like I said, it is made by, or it's being made by, I believe, Upforged, but you can find the video link on SES Professor SES Facebook page. And as I said, the marker that you'll be getting off these guys, it takes real AK-47 furniture. So yes, you may have to buy some of this stuff off of airsoft sites or something like that. You may be able to get some aftermarket stuff, but you can, again, because the AK-47 has so many attachments and so many different pieces for it, you could produce some really cool looking things using this marker. And it also, it opens up options for more factions for milsim events. Now I'm just going to close that page there, if I can, which it doesn't seem I'm able to. Right then, yes, let's close that one down. There we go. And also, I suppose I will close that one as well. Right then, so what are we saying in the comments here? Ian says, need to push FSR into the same as the US. Use it semi-auto. Nobody takes the slightest bit of notice out there now. Hope it gets that way here soon. You know what it is? I don't think there's all that many places actually care about. I don't know what it's like in the US, but there's a lot of people say about that. There's a lot of people. I'm trying to think of how to say this. I see it quite a lot on MagFed pages. People saying that speedballers don't like first-rate rounds, and I think there's possibly some truth to that, but I don't think it's the whole truth. I think there's a lot of people have this image that speedballers don't like first-rate rounds. I think for the most part, speedballers don't care if you're using first-rate rounds because they're still going to be caning loads of paint anyway, and they're still probably going to be able to outmaneuver most sort of mag-fed players, even if you are shooting first-rate rounds. Now, I think first-rate rounds definitely improve a mag-fed player's ability. I will say that without a doubt. But I would say average speedballer, and I'm talking proper speedballers, yeah, not just a guy that's using a tournament gun and some speedball style clothes, you know, a jersey and plain pants in the woods. That's not a speedballer, that's just a rec player. I'm talking the average speedballer is still going to be better at playing than the average woods baller. Now, I'm really, really sorry, and I know that that's a sort of a controversial thing to say, but that's just what I believe. And I think we've seen it happen, we've seen that proven numerous times. Now, that's not to say that there is not some genuinely, truly skilled MagFed players out there. And I would say playing MagFed certainly opens you up to a whole new level of skills. I can't argue that it doesn't, because when you don't have a full hopper to just be able to rely on, playing with limited amounts of paint, especially if you're a MagFed player that's using round ball, or the same goes for pump players, really. When you don't have high rates of fire to fall back on, you have to learn how to play to your skills. You have to be able to learn how to sort of do things like snap shoot. You have to be able to learn how to run and gun reliably. When you can't just rain paint down a field with an electronic trigger, it really changes what you have to be on field. You have to rely on your skills. Now, but there is a reason why you tend to find that, you know, they things like suppressing fire in the real world. If slow rates of fire were perfect, or if slow rates of fire could win out over high rates of fire, everyone would be using sniper rifles. It's just, That's just the way. That's just the way that I kind of see it. Now I realise I'm not the most eloquent and I haven't put my point across fantastic, but I hope that you can kind of understand that. But as far as first rounds, I really don't think that most people care about them. I think the big sort of stigma against them came from, because bear in mind, first rounds have probably been around since 2000. Yes. A coat hanger, right? Yes. Right. I got. Are these all tangled together? There you go. Don't go. Come here. Don't sit down. Oh, you lay down. Oh well. Come here. Right. So yeah, what I was saying. I believe first strike rounds have now been around since around about 2009, possibly a little bit earlier. And for a long time, probably, well, not necessarily a long time, but I think for probably about 3 years, they were used without much thought to them. Most sites seem to be fine with you using them because they weren't being used in a massive way. I mean, they weren't, being rained downfield or anything. Although there was a guy from M. Carter Brown did do a shooting video, a full auto shooting video of firing first strike in probably around about 2000. Well, in the late 2010s, using an SMG 68. He did that way before Dye did the first full auto shooting video, using a Dye Dam. But anyway, yes, first strike have been in use for years and years, and people didn't really care about them that much until the 1-to-1 rounds were brought out, and I believe it was around about 2012. Maybe a little bit earlier? I think around about 2012. When the 1-to-1 rounds were brought out, that then brought up the discussion of shaped projectiles being legal or not within the UK. It was kind of deemed that they didn't really fall under the definition of a paintball. At the time, that was what people kind of agreed with, and I also backed that side up, because they weren't a fully spherical shaped projectile. And also the second part of the ball, the fin part, also was quite common that they didn't actually break. But, so I did back the side up on, well, hang on, until these have been tested, because they hadn't actually been tested in the UK, up until the point that these were tested, that they shouldn't be used in the UK, because if somebody had an accident with one and it wasn't tested, it could bring paintball into sort of disrepute. I think that was basically the argument at the time. They got tested. As soon as they're tested and it was deemed that, yeah, they're okay, yeah, fair enough, use them again. I believe 1-to-1 didn't pass testing, or didn't even make it to testing. But first strike, yeah, it passed testing, so yeah, they're allowed. And I don't mind if I play alongside people shooting them, I don't mind if I'm playing against people shooting them. And I think that is where most people are now. There is still some people out there that believe first strike shouldn't be allowed, and that's cool, if that's what you think. But they have been deemed safe, so I can't really argue with that. The thing that I think scares a lot of people with them is that they don't lose their velocity in the same way that normal paintballs do. I mean, a first round will travel at the same velocity. They will travel at the same... I'm trying to think how to say this as well. A first rate round will travel twice the distance of a normal paintball. Fired from a marker at the same velocity. I think on average, was it something about 40 to 60 meters for a normal paintball and about 100 meters for a first rate round, or 120 meters for a first rate round. You can get some really long shots in using first rate, and that's pretty cool. And I think the fact that they don't lose the velocity the same as a normal paintball does is what scares people, because you can reach out and touch somebody at a lot longer range. And I also think the fact that they are a higher cost projectile also helps even things out. You don't have an army of people shooting them. Right, what we're saying. Albert, the best thing to do with an MG100 is stick a hopper on it. Well, if you want to do that, Albert, then you can just go for the E-Mech. But Albert says, all joking aside, that AK just has trouble wrote all over it. It's too realistic. I understand what you're saying, Albert, but I don't think that's any different to if you're using an AK in Airsoft. Now, I realise that in Airsoft they do have the UKARA defence, and I also believe that you can get the defence if you do things like reenactment, or if you do things like cinema or acting, those sorts of things. You can use that as reasonable defence, but as I understand it, the reasonable defence argument has never actually been tested when it comes to paintball yet. But that's something that'll happen when it comes to it, I suppose. And hopefully that if it ever does come to that, it doesn't land paintball in a lot of trouble. The reason why paintball doesn't need the sort of whole reasonable defence thing, now I know I'm preaching to the choir for a lot of you guys, the reason why paintball has never historically needed the reasonable defence thing is because paintball markers historically have not looked like real equipment. They've always historically had a loading mechanism on the top and an air tank on the bottom. Now, I realise that there is some really early stuff, things like Nell spots and what we've got, like Nelson markers, some of the early Nelson markers, the Splatmasters, things like that, where yes, you did have a stick feed on the top, and you had 12 gram in the grip, yes, but for the most part, historically markers have historically looked more like what we recognise as marker, hopper on the top, tank on the back. Gassy, yes, a moving Dexter, no wonders never cease. As I was saying before, and also Barker, welcome guys, thank you very much for dropping in. Yes, I saw it on the camera. It seems, Barker, that my computer doesn't have the capacity, doesn't have the power in it to stream a webcam chat without it being on Google Hangouts, and since Google Hangouts is now gone, I can't do webcam chat anymore. It's unfortunate, but such is life. Martello, 100% truth. I'm not actually sure what that was in reference to anymore, mate. Sorry, I've kind of moved on from that bit now. I'm not sure. Albert, yeah, it makes me laugh that people call me a speedballer as I'm not. Yeah, so that was I'm guessing that may have been what Martello was in reference to. This is it. People see somebody wearing, paintball jerseys and paintball's designed specific playing pants, shooting a marker that doesn't look like the real thing, and they drop into speedballer, and it's, well, no, you've got rec players, speedballers, and woods ballers, and I suppose you can drop into milsim and all that sort of stuff as well. But the milsim guys view anyone that wears brightly coloured clothes as a speedballer. Now that isn't the case. Like I said before, you've got your rec players, which are mostly using stereotypical paintball markers, so things like egos, DMs, autocockers, whatever else. But then your tournament players and your speedballers generally are playing speedball. Now, there is some crossover between the whole lot. Obviously, you do get speedballers that will go and play MagFed sometimes, or go and play Milsim, and you've got some of your Milsim players that will go and try speedball sometimes. But for the most part, you are only a speedballer if you are playing speedball. You're a woods baller if you play woods ball. You're a rec baller if you just play rec ball. You're a big game player if you play big games. You are whatever basically you are playing at that point. Martello, you never did get to see the test results on first straight rounds. Has anyone got a copy? I don't actually have a copy. I don't know if anyone does have a copy. I never actually saw any details wrote down myself that I can remember. I may have, and if I did, and I can't remember it, then shame on me. But I believe it was Tiny from Magfred PB UK and Ash Slingsby, the Hidden Hedgehog. They did some testing on them. I believe they got somebody, an independent adjudicator, for lack of a better phrase, in to do some testing, and it was apparently deemed safe. So all I can go on is what those guys said at the time. If anybody does have any more details on the whole thing of the first rate round testing, please feel free to post it up, share it up, and I will go over it if anybody wants us to. Albert, first rate rounds, 30th of June 2009 was when they were first sold in the USA. So yeah, I was about right that they were. In fact, I think I said 2009, didn't I? And Albert, Noah bought a new hamster for the wheel. Well, you know, it's the old hamster was getting a bit old and rickety, so I don't know if it's sometimes you might actually be able to hear the wheel spinning. It's not the fans on my computer; it's actually just the hamster wheel spinning. And I keep it close by the PC just so it helps keep the computer cool at the same time. That's it, yeah. Shoveling a little bit of coal in downstairs as well. Right. So, I think the last thing that I actually have to go over properly today, I realise this actually might be a very, very short show tonight. The last thing that I have to go over today was, now I haven't put a link in the description for this, so Martello actually may be able to help us with this. This one was direct from Martello's page, so I'm not going to show it. I'm not going to show it for the links because it's just a photo and a write up. But I took me, Albert, and Colin did talk about this a little bit on Monday night. But I thought I'd go through this as well, and then once I've read through it, people can maybe give us opinions on it. So, old school woods ballers and pump players needed. A few conversations this weekend have given rise to a possible event for 2020. I was chatting about our paintball magazine Reds vs Blues game for the next year, and the fact that we wanted a bit of a pump-only battle area just to showcase pump play, open and stock class, and get pump players together in one place to nerd it out over kit. Someone asked if we could possibly put on a pump tournament as part of the Red vs Blue event. Sorry. The answer to this is no. But hear me out first. Red vs Blue is a one-day event, and any other sort of tournament on the same day would just take players away from the main events. I totally agree. I think that's perfectly reasonable. And it would be just too much going on at once for our small team. Plus, the Hollenbush site is home to the awesome UK Woodland Masters, and it would remain that way as the guys have, and it should remain that way. As the guys have invested so much in the series, I feel it would be cheeky to host another tournament event there. However, I've secured a large woodland site in Newquay, which would be perfect for such an event. The plan was to hold an open class woodland pump event. Entry would include paint, as paint management is part of the game. A late summer weekend including special entry to local Newquay nightclubs and bars, etc. I know Newquay is a fair way for everyone. Damn right, it's literally the other end of the country to me. There is an airport very close to the site with links all across the UK and Europe. Families would also be welcome. There is accommodation very close to the site, which I'm sure we could strike a deal with, that have pools, spas, etc. So great as a week getaway with the family. Just to disappear for 2 days and they won't mind. Possibly. Newquay is a stunning area with great beaches, countryside, surfing, live music, etc. There's also loads of bars and shiz if that's your thing. So the first thing to find out is, are there enough pump players out there to take part? Would you want pump only or mix up a classic woodland tournament and pump event side by side? Let me know and we can make it happen. So then guys, what do you think of that? Is there anybody in the chat that would actually be up for a pump tournament? Because I've got to say, I really like the idea of it. Now, I understand, you know, that pump isn't for everyone. It's a bit like Magfed isn't for everyone. But I definitely think it could be really cool. I definitely... I would love to go and play this. Well, I've got to say, Nuki is a long way. But it's also not something that... It's also not something that I would be... For to go down and do, it's not something I would be afraid to do. So, there we go. Straight away in the chat, we've got 2 guys that are up for it. Which, I love that. Martello, you hearing this? We've got guys that want to play it. I really want to see this happen. And the other thing is, I really want to be there. Now, at this point, obviously, I think Martello is just sort of fishing for sort of numbers on who wants to go and how many people are up for going and playing. If there's the interest for to do it. And I really hope that this goes ahead. Now, I think that it could, well, I just don't know. And that's it as well. Ian says, Bag's first double room at Tinks's. Well, you can have that, but I'm pretty sure I saw Tinks post up on one of the pages saying that he was interested in it as well. So, can we get... I mean, I don't know... just in this chat here, I know Gassy plays a bit of Pump now and then. Albert, Ian, I'm guessing that you must play Pump if you're interested in Pump tournament. There's myself. I know that Colin would probably be up for it. I don't know if any of the other guys from Nest would be, because some of them have a bit of an aversion to Pump. Ben says Tinks does look like he offers a quality breakfast. I must say that it certainly does. And the pasties that he brings along to the speed weekend are always appreciated as well. Paul, there we go. So what we're up to 6 players there that have said that they'd be interested. So this could go very, very well. I really hope it does. But yes, Gav would be up for it. Gassy. There we go. Richie Bone. Brilliant. There's another one that will play Pump tournament. Fantastic. So I reckon we can easy within a few minutes. We're gonna have 10 guys that are up for playing it. So now the next thing would be is to how many players per team. We're talking, and now again, I know that me and Albert and Colin did talk about this on Monday a bit, but are we talking 5-man? Are we talking 3-man, 2-man, 10-man? Ben, if it's a pneumatic assist pump, it's still a pump, isn't it? The thing is, where do bolt actions fall on this? We'll let that one just drop in there. Where do bolt actions fit in on the pump event? And one that I would actually like to see happen at some point in the future. What's the chances of a Magfed versus Pump tournament? Or possibly just a Magfed and Pump tournament. 5-man Pump, 7-man... yes, that was mentioned on Monday, wasn't it, Martello? I believe you did mention that it was a 5-man Pump, 7-man Classic. 5-man Pump? Yeah, I think that's reasonable to be able to field that. I'm really interested to see what sort of movement you're going to get on a pump field. Because with there being a lot less paint in the air, are you going to see really big runs? You might. I kind of feel like I kind of already feel like I know what's going to happen. You're going to have a lot of people that are going to be using open class setups, but will you see many stock class setups? Will you see at a pump tournament? Will you see any Splat Masters? You might even see a few PGPs. Oh, it could be really exciting. Gassy says, you watch the 5-box rotas come out for the Magfed purists. Well, no, I think if that was going to be the case, Gassy, I think if there was to ever be a Magfed versus Pump tournament, box rotas would have to be excluded from it. I think for to keep everyone. Although, could you? Because then I feel like you would just have teams rolling in with like die dams. You just have die dams on with that, it's just a DM with an upside down rotor on it. So I feel like they would just be used for to kind of abuse the system. But I suppose I don't know where they would fall. I think box mags would have to be kind of ruled out. And I don't know, would you allow first strike in a tournament setting like that? Paul says he'd bring some, and that's Splatmasters, that is. Yes, Paul, go out dual wielding Splatmasters. Hell yeah. And Gassy says we have the Rampant Sniper, Albat, and Colin. Martello, die blenders. Yes, I believe that the dam doesn't have the best reputation, does it? Ian, back to the older days with Pump. You can see the whites of their eyes. He's bringing an OG Phantom with 12 grams stick feed. Yes. Is it now, Ian? Is it a vertical stock class, or is it stock dropout changer on the back, or what's the situation? If you're running stock class, what kind of stock class are you running? Albert, you're joking. Have you seen how much paint Gavin and Colin can chuck? Who needs ramping? Well, that's it, Albert. With a bit of practice, you can definitely put a bit of paint downfield with a pump. So Martello, no first strike rounds. It's a paintball tournament. Nah. Let's face it. How long before somebody takes first strike onward? How long before first strike rounds are allowed in a tournament? Because it's going to happen. It is going to happen eventually. Chris, welcome, Chris. I'm not sure if this is the first time I've seen you in the chat, but if it is, then welcome to the Low Energy Livestream. If it isn't, our first time, well, then welcome back to the Low Energy Livestream. But Chris says, open class pump, but with limited paint. And yeah, I would agree with that. I think that's kind of the idea behind what Martello's wanting to put on anyway, is the idea that, you only get so much paint for the entire event. So if you want to load up and have, for some reason, 5 pods on you and a die rotor or something like that, and go out and just blast all that off, yeah, you can do that for maybe the first few games, and then you're going to be out of paint, and you're going to have to try and survive somehow. Ian says, original OG Phantom ST, stock class, still got the box in CS somewhere. Oh, nice, Ian. I did have the box for my original Phantom. The one that I converted into a vertical stock class. I had it somewhere, and I don't know if it got thrown out, or it could still be at my mum's house, which I should probably look up and see if it is there. Yeah, I'm pretty sure when I got my first Phantom, it had barely ever been touched, and then I just changed it. I touched it lots. So guys, I think that is pretty much it for things that I've actually got to talk about today. So it's now up for all of us to entertain each other. Ian, you think you sold 2 to Chan? Chan buying Phantoms? Right, Gassy, you sent us something. Thank you very much. I will drop over Facebook and I'll have a look. Right. I've remembered recently that to silence my messages so that stuff doesn't pop up when I'm talking. Right. Unfortunately, my laptop is still incredibly slow, so I'm still waiting for this to open. Come on. No, I'm still waiting for it. I'm still waiting for this to open. Just gonna have a drink while I'm waiting. All right. Ooh. Right, I'll have a look at that one. Gassy, am I allowed to mention this on stream? Is that okay? Or do you want to keep this to yourself for the moment? Ah, there we go. I'm not sure if you can actually hear us or not. Oh, what's happened? Yeah, according to OBS, I'm still going. Ah, that's strange. Right, I am refreshing my page, so if you're wondering what is going on, I don't know if you can actually hear us or not, but I am trying to get this running again. And got live dashboard. Is it working? Is it not working? Right, I'm not sure if it looks like I'm stuck on for everyone. Right, yes, Albert, I'm really sorry. The hamster did need a bit of a nudge there. Right, so let's drop over onto. I've been asked to check out a page here and show you something if I can find it. Right. So going over onto. Will it work? Will it won't work? I don't know. I'm waiting for things to load again. Right. It definitely seems that the Chandyman has been busy again. Ooh. Oh, hang on. Right. So guys, I'm going to have to open a few of these things. Now I hope that my laptop doesn't crash. But first off, let's just have a look at this. If it'll actually load up. Come on, load. Yep, ticker tape is still moving. Fantastic. So, ladies and gentlemen, for those of you... what has happened? I don't know if any of you can still hear us or not, but it looks like from my end of things, my laptop has just crashed there. I really hope that it hasn't just crashed out properly. Yeah, still going according to that. Is my hair alright? My hair's never alright now. Right then. Live dashboard, let's open this back up again. And am I still streaming? I have no idea if this is just conked out. If you can still hear us, I must say, Martello, I am loving the Ride the Weasel videos, the Ride the Weasel pictures that you're posting at the moment. Albert, do I need a microscope and tweezers, or am I looking for something else? Well, I was trying to find my penis, but I think it's hiding behind my one and only pube. So, right. It would seem that I have crashed on that screen again. So anyway, I'm hoping that you can hear us. But if I drop over onto share screen, first thing that I want to share is check this out from Chandyman, from Chandyman Productions, Chandyman Customs, Northern Custom Works, Ego Mod, Feedneck Modern, Evo Cockers. You can hear us, but the video's frozen. Aha! Fantastic. Just what I want. I wonder if the missus is forgetting to chuck another lump of coal on the fire. It's weird that everything was working fine and now it's just decided to conk out. I don't know why that's happened, ladies and gents. Yes. So anyway, that was the first thing. I wanted to show off that because the Chandyman can and makes bloody great stuff. So yeah, any second now you should see that coming up on your screens. So now that you will be able to see that, I will drop back over onto the main screen so that I can then do stuff on the other screen. I'm going to, when I can find my mouse, I'm going to come. Where's my mouse? There it is. Right, so I'm not going to show both of them off here, but this one, Gassy has sent us a link to, and I'm liking it. So I don't know if there's any more pictures of this. I can only see at the moment that there is 2, but again, I'm going to drop over onto the share screen. Now, hopefully, you'll be able to see this. What we've got, right, live streaming. So yeah. If Angel back modded to fit the Palmer's blazer, and that does something for me. I am feeling a stirring. I mean, the blazer is a really nice looking marker to start with. It's not something that you see every day. Yeah, the blazer isn't something that you see every day anyway. And you can see, I've seen Gassy take that out to events. I've seen Chan using it at events, and it's a bit of a head turner. But it's only got the stock barrel that comes with it. Now, the stock barrel is a nice barrel. I believe it's a brass-lined barrel. And it is a nice barrel. The marker shoots fantastic to start with. But it's a bit of a bland barrel on it. The marker is a very nice marker. Barrel, not so much. But it does exactly what you want it to. But, now, I'm not sure if this is... Gassy has asked Chan to do this. Or I'm not sure if it's... Chan has just done this. And then let Gassy know about it. Now, Gassy, you might be able to give us some more information on that. But, I mean, check this out. Taking an old Angel back, and I'm assuming he has stuck it on a mill and smoothed the back out there so that this can be fitted into the blazer. Because, for those that might not know, the blazer barrels don't actually screw in. They are just push fit, and then you screw down a little sort of screw fitting on the top. I don't know what you call it. Screws down on the top and locks the barrel in place. Which does actually confuse people. But this thing, that looks fantastic. So I'm going to skip on a little bit and so you can see this a bit better. But yeah, I mean, you can actually see there on the photo. Now I realise that you can't actually see where I'm pointing at, and it would be so much easier if I just sorted my mouse out on this. But you can see the little dial on the side there that you just crank down and that locks the barrel in place. But yeah, that looks fantastic. And Chandyman just continues to impress. Unfortunately, it seems that is the only pictures that's actually on there. Gassy, is there actually any more on there before I go looking? I'm gonna go looking anyway. Let's see what the Chandyman's got that I can talk about. Has he got anything else on here that is any recent stuff that I can share? Actually, he's my friend, and I'm going to give him a bit of a shout out. The Chandyman has also produced some thumb wheels for adjusting velocity. If you're interested, It's a 1/8 thumb wheel velocity adjustment tool designed to work with the EMEC, though I believe it does also work with auto mags and numerous other types of markers on there, because a lot of them use the same Allen key for velocity adjustment. But I'm just going to open this up so you can see here. So these are the velocity adjusters that Chan has made. Now, because these are made of aluminium, if you want, and Chan will probably get some done anyway, if he is selling these, which I don't actually know if he is at the moment, but these you'll be able to send them off, get them anodized up, get them done in whatever fancy colours you like, and then it's something that you can stick in your pocket when you go to a chrono station, and it saves you carrying around a full set of tools. There has even been talk about the idea of putting loops through, putting holes through them, so that you can stick them on a lanyard and move on and do whatever you want with. But I'll flick through, there's a couple of photos here. So yeah, you just stick that in the bottom, and you can crank the velocity up whichever way you want. It saves you carrying bulky sets of Allen keys or anything like that. And it's also, I think it's because of this, because it's not just an Allen key which can easily slip through a hole in your pocket or something like that. It's a bit bigger and bulkier. It's kind of like, maybe it's about the diameter of a coin. It's something that you're going to be able to find a lot easier. You're going to be able to find that lump in your pocket as opposed to just a tiny little Allen key if you're carrying a solo Allen key. But it's also smaller than carrying a full set of Allen keys as well. So anyway, right, I'm going to drop back over onto the main screen here, and I have a spider on my keyboard. It is a little one. I shall allow it. Gassy says, no, that's it. The Palmer's thing I sent you looks good as well. I'll have a look at the Palmer's thing in just a minute there, Gassy. That was what I was meaning. Was that okay for us to share? Although I suppose it's a Palmer's image, so should be okay to share. I'm assuming that if it's got the Palmer's image, it's already public information. Gassy says, he got the back ages ago. Colin started and Chan finished milling it to fit. Is that because Colin's still on paternity leave, so hasn't had a chance to finish it yet? Right then. I'm going to have a quick nab at what this is. Is that... Right, Gassy, is that a regulated 12-gram changer? Next version of the Carter Reg will be externally adjustable ETA 2 weeks. Right, new from Palmer's stock class. Right then, guys, I suppose I'll share this up. I'm not totally sure what this is. Now, I can see, obviously, that it appears to be a 12-gram changer, but I'm not actually sure what this bit is up at the top. I'm not sure. Is that a regulator? Is that an inbuilt regulator into a 12-gram changer? Because if it is, that's pretty cool. Being able to regulate the gas flow from a 12-gram. Now I realise that yes, most stock class markers, especially the Nelson ones, you're going to be able to adjust the velocity by adjusting the bolt spring tension. But regulating the actual CO2 output, that's kind of cool. That's if that is what it is. Well, I think it is, mine. I mean, I might be totally wrong on that. But yeah, it at least looks pretty cool. I'm clueless. I'm absolutely useless. Right, so I think we'll drop back onto the main screen there now. So thank you very much for sharing that with us there, Gassy. Right. It's on Craig Palmer's wall. Fantastic. Thanks very much for sharing that, Gassy. And Paul says he sent the Palmer's Nasty Typhoon too. Right. Aha. Right then. I'll just open this up there. Paul, thank you very much for sending the link. I'll have a quick look. Ooh. Yes. Autococker threaded nasty. Ladies and gentlemen, the autococker threaded nasty typhoon. Oh, can somebody just buy us one, please? Right, yes, I'm gonna have to open this up and show yous.
What's up, y'all?
Right, you know what it is? I'm gonna show yous this. This has to be shown off. Palmer's, they have been a staple of the sort of the paintball industry for years now, and they're one that is quite often overlooked, and I'm guilty of doing that myself. But Palmer's gear is always perfect. I mean, it's just beautiful looking gear here, and we're going to experience this video together here. I saw the video there, but I didn't hear it. Now, hopefully, this actually plays for you guys. But right, let's open this up here. We'll open it up on the share screen. I'm taking the risk here with you guys for this one.
It's Greg for Palmer's. I'm just showing off a nasty I just completed. It's cocker threaded, semi-auto. Yeah, it's badass.
Yes, it is badass. Oh,
what's up, y'all?
Right, yes, I want it. Just somebody drop like the. It's probably like 900 quid, but just somebody buy us it, please. I want that. Just somebody just give us it, please. That thing it's gonna shoot lasers, and I don't know how many of you have seen my my Too Fast for My Own Good video, but I want to see how many balls a second I can make that thing shoot. Oh, I feel like there's a very, very good chance I'd be banned from events if I had that thing. I just want it. Just somebody just give us it. Just let us play with it. Thank you, Paul. Thank you very much for sending us that. That is awesome, mate. Yeah, that thing is just amazing. It makes me feel. Oh man, the closest thing I've had to a Palmer's piece of gear was a PGP, and my PGP wasn't impressive. But that thing, that is a work of art. That's kind of left us a bit lost for words. Oh god, that is awesome. I think I've got a new thing that is like right up there at the top of my I want list. Well, one day when I'm a superstar, I will buy myself one. Right, now where's the YouTube chat gone? I've lost it. Right, what we got? Right. Colin, Palmer's just posted an autococker threaded double barrel nasty. Yes, Colin. I've seen. Does he do a double barrel blazer? Unfortunately, Colin, I can't answer that. Paul, it's a regulated changer. That one is internal adjustment. The next model will be externally adjusted. Ah, fantastic. So it pretty much is what I thought it was. But yeah, I mean that could make a big difference for stock class players. Being able to regulate the gas flow from your 12 gram. Hopefully would mean that more consistent shots for a longer period of time. Yes, I do need to send my laptop to Beamish. I know the thing is prehistoric when talking about equipment like that. Colin, how long before somebody calls us for overshooting because I shot them twice? Well, Colin, if I can be called for overshooting for shooting 3 people with a TPX, then I can definitely be called for overshooting with a double barrel marker. You know where there's a nasty typhoon in the UK? Could probably be bought for the right price. That's the problem, Gassy. I don't have the right price. Yes, Albert. The ginger one is indeed gushing. That was very, very exciting. I mean, look at the way it's firing. There's no kickback on that. It's the pump. The recock on it is butter smooth. That thing. I mean, like the Gassy's Blazer. That thing is smooth. Palmer stuff is just smooth. That thing is just amazing. Again, Paul, thanks very much for sharing that. That was fantastic, mate. I think that I'm gonna share that up on my face. In fact, I'm gonna do it now. I'm gonna do it now while I'm thinking about it. That's going up on my Facebook page as well. So yeah, forward. Well, if I forward it, is it going to go on to Yes, it's wanting to send it to in a private message. Nope, I want to share it. I'm going to have to go right to the original link. At least I got to watch it again. That's just bloody amazing, man. Right, yes, come on, share. I've probably caused my laptop to my live stream to crash again. Share to page. Come on, load, do things. Share on a page you manage. Yes, share on a page you manage. That's what I wanted to do. Yes, come on. Now, I'm not even going to put words on this. I'm going to insert emojis. You see, the moment I've tried to do something on my laptop, I'm now getting YouTube's not receiving enough data. What have I got here? I need to find the right emoji for this. I think this one will do. I think that is a drool emoji. I think it's a drool emoji. If it's not a drool emoji, it was meant to be a drool emoji. Now, somebody has it. Oh, that typhoon, that nasty has it's already been sold. Yeah, that's disappointing. Oh, but still, I'm not surprised it's sold. That's a bloody beautiful marker. Albert, you think me and Palmer's need to get a room? Well, maybe if they're going to build us one in exchange. Oh, mate. Colin, in the mountain bike world, they say steel is real. For Palmer's brass is class. Yes, I really like that there, Colin. That's a perfect little saying for that. Yes, when it comes to Palmer's brass is class. Oh. 10 out of 10 would do. So, right then, guys, one last thing that I want to mention today. It's the last thing that I have actually got to talk about, although it would seem that the live stream has conked again. So I'm going to try refreshing here and see if it's just my end of stuff. Hopefully it is just my end of the stream. Right, what we got? Is things loading up? It is pretty cool. Like when I don't have to actually put any heating in this room because I can just use my laptop to keep us warm. One day I feel like my laptop might actually just ignite. Alright, come on, is it working? Well, my face appears to be kind of frozen. Ah, no, I'm moving again. There we go. Yes, guys, Getting the emojis at it. Yeah, I've closed that one down. So that's that window closed down now. Hopefully things should run a little bit smoother. Right, waiting for this to actually catch up and actually play properly. Gassy says Craig Palmer builds homemade, handmade order. They don't do runs and markers. Yeah, which is a shame because I feel like if they did do limited runs of markers, like if they were to do like a batch of nasties or a batch of blazers or whatever else, I've got every faith that they would sell out. But I understand, you know, them doing them like to order. It makes sense. You know, it's kind of like the supply and demand. With low supply, to a high demand, means there's a certain amount of collectability to them, which I really do like. Now, why is my stream still freaking out and not doing what it's supposed to do? It does seem as if I'm definitely moving around a bit, but I don't know why I'm lagging as much as I am. Tell you what, guys, I'm going to try adjusting some settings right quick and see if I can sort out this lag issue. So output, let's drop this down to 1,000 kilobytes. I think it's kilobytes. I don't know. I'm near good with tech. Save changes, yes. Now hopefully that should make a bit of a difference and speed things back up. Right. Screen froze on my cum face. Albert, the amount of times I've seen this screen froze on my cum face is ridiculous, and it appears that I have a constant change in cum face. So anyway, the last thing that I want to give a bit of a shout out to this week is I don't know if I just moved something there. I don't think I did. No. Right. So Manchester 3D printing. I recently won a competition on there of theirs for one of their 3D printed marker stands, and it turned up just the other day, and I'm very, very happy with it. Now, first off, I just need to nip over the bookshelf because I've got something on there. Right. So, see, I am not prepared in the slightest. So, first off, it turned up in a nice shiny blue bag, which I must admit that did kind of make me feel a bit special. It wasn't the easiest bag to get into in the world, but it did make me feel special. It was bubble wrapped up all nicely, so it was well protected. But first thing turns up, and in the bag, a couple of business cards for me to be able to share around. So very nice touch, and they are a nice card. I would love to be able to insert the scene from American Psycho where they're talking about the business cards there, but yes, lovely, nice, high quality business cards. So that's the first thing I got. Then a selection of the Manchester 3D printing stickers, which again, stickers are always appreciated, and I have a few things I intend on tagging. So there, a very nice touch. And finally, the marker stand itself. I believe this is the Pod Pal. So it is nice, lightweight little marker stand. I will probably be posting pictures in the future of me using this. Now, unfortunately, this is designed for more sort of stereotypical sort of paintball markers, so I don't think I'll be able to show off any of my stock class markers with this. Yes, Colin, I'll get to that in a moment. So this is more for sort of stereotypical markers, so I probably won't be able to show off some of my different markers where they've got different ways, like, you know, stick feeds on, or things, well, not stick feeds, T-stocks, things they are on. But that's because this is, as I said, designed for sort of more stereotypical markers. But yes, I thought I would show this off. So, very nice sort of finish on the printing. Stands up like so, and then your marker would obviously barrel in there, and your ASA, or the back of the tank, in there. So, I haven't actually tried this with any markers yet. But as I said, I will post some photos for this. Now, as you can see, this as itself, it's pretty slim. So it looks like it's going to be a little bit unstable there when you actually got it out on when you've got a marker on display. But wow, you turn that out and it becomes surprisingly stable. Now, it isn't going to if you actively try and push a marker over that is on this, it is obviously going to fall over. Much the same as will be the case with most marker stands that are out there that you can buy. But that little swivel bit on the bottom there is going to stop. If the table wobbles or anything, that's going to stop most markers from falling over. Now, this is the PodPal marker stand. Now, the real question is does it fit in a pod? And here's one that I prepared earlier. So yes, the PodPal marker stand does indeed fit in a pod. Now, if you want to be a lovely little domestic goddess, you could take a pod, designate that as your PodPal marker stand pod, and you could stick some cleaning wipes in there. Yeah, I suppose there's probably enough room down the side there for a nice little sort of a very thin bottle of spray cleaning fluid. You could stick in a microfiber down the other side, and that would become. In fact, I don't know if you can see in there. That would become sort of a lovely little display stand, a lovely little marker stand for cleaning your marker and displaying your marker when you're at a field. But yes, the PodPal stand does in fact fit in a standard standard pod. I think these are like 160 round pods or something, or 140 round pods. Yeah, fits perfect. Now, as I said, I do have every intention of posting some pictures of this in use. You know, I want to get some glamour shots in the garden. Now, by that I don't mean I'm going to be lying naked on the hammock. That's for my fans only site. But yes, I would highly recommend one of these. They're fantastic little marker stands that you can stick in your bag, and they are surprisingly cheap as well. And if you go over and check out the Manchester 3D Printing Facebook page, you can get some cool bargains on there. You can also pick up some marker stands for if you just want to display your equipment as well. So thank you very much for this, and I actually really appreciate that. So yeah, what we're seeing in the comments. Colin, when I get old like Gassy and have spare cash, I'd buy Palmer's lol. Well, to be honest, I would just like to have cash. I don't care about the getting old bit or anything like that, Colin. Albert, oh god, here I goes, Dex messing around with the settings. Yes. Colin, obvious understatement of the century. Dexter 14-8-19 at 21-22. I'm no good with tech. That may have to go on a t-shirt. Albert, yeah, wish people would make stand for pumps. Well, I'm kind of curious. You see, my stock class pump probably won't like this. Unfortunately, the way that the T stock is, it just wouldn't necessarily work unless I was to maybe fold the T stock to sort of a flat position. But then I would have to adjust the T stock when I then want to go out and play again. As for other pumps, I'm not sure. See, the pump handle should still kind of sit on there. Now, it won't be perfect, but you'll still be able to probably use that for a pump. So, yeah, I mean, I'm definitely going to try it and see what happens. But, yeah, we'll see what happens there. But, of course, it is more designed with stereotypical sort of markers in mind. What else? Albert, bugger me, he's prepared for something the world's going to end. Well, you know. So how much are there? Right, I'll tell you what, Albert. I will actually go over to the Manchester 3D Printing page and I'll try and find an answer. Alright. Manchester 3D Printing. See, I'm not totally prepared. I'm kind of like semi-prepared. Right then, so I'm going to close that, and close that. I'm doing things again on my laptop, so the stream's probably going to crash. The PodPal marker stand is £20, which I think is fairly reasonable. In fact, I actually think it's very reasonable. I can't say for certain about that many of the other marker stands on the market, but I believe 20 quid isn't all that expensive compared to a lot of them. And, as I said, you do have the added perk of being able to stick this into a pod in your kit bag, and then when you actually come to want to using the pod, you can take it out, stand your marker on it, and then use the pod. Albert, not your sniper pump, the handle's too big. Well, I agree, that is a bit of an issue, Albert. The pump handle is too big to fit directly into the top of there. But because the curve of one and the curve of this one, part of the pump handle it'll still sit in there a bit. It won't sit all the way in, but it'll sit in there a little bit. No, it's not going to be as good as a full gun barrel going in there, but you'll be able to get a bit of it in, so I'll just be able to rest on top. Now, as I said, yes, it's not going to be perfect because it's not going to be all the way in there, so it's not going to be the most secure, but it should still balance in there, which I'm hoping that if I actually get something built up. In fact, no, I'm not going digging through my kit bag right now, but hopefully when I come to doing some photos, which I'm hoping I'll actually get to do soon, then I'll be able to show you exactly what I mean. But yeah, and there goes the stream as he's opened the page. Yep. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, to be perfectly honest, I think this is probably where we're going to end the stream here. I haven't really got that much to talk about, but if anybody does have any questions that they would like to ask and that I can possibly try and answer, then I'm more than happy to. Otherwise, I don't think there's all that much more that I can do for you today, and I think we'll end the show there. Now, I'll give it a little while to see if anyone's got any questions that they want asked or answered or blah blah blah. But yeah, I think with the show tonight has come to a bit of a lull, so I'm going to end. Can I end on if it's gone into a lull? Can I end on a high? Yes, Albert. Basically, just the tip. So, I would recommend that stuff. If anybody is interested in anything that I've talked about in the show today, there is links to everything that I can link to in the description down below. The things that were listed to talk about tonight, I will go back through this right quick. If you're interested in somewhere to play this weekend in the UK, there is a walk-on at Outpost Chester. Strikeforce Paintball have a walk-on in Gisborough. Ambush Paintball have a walk-on in Southampton. And the Mayhem Essex have a walk-on at Mayhem Essex. Also, Manchester 3D Printing have sent me a fantastic PodPal marker stand. Chad Bob's Print Shack have produced a fantastic body for the MG100, which makes it look like a ASM 8/AS Val kit sniper rifle, which if you play PUBG you may be familiar with. It looks a bit like the one from it looks a bit like an SVD. SES Professor S shared a video from, I believe it is Upforged, showing off the PBK-68, which takes AK-47 furniture to make it look like a real steel AK-47. Trutenology are selling Nicky T Nicky T, who runs Trutenology, is selling these awesome retro t-shirts at the moment, which please go buy, support Nicky T. He's doing fantastic things with paintball, and he's also producing some fantastic quality content if you want to go and check out his stuff. And also, big game shout out this week goes to Superheroes vs Villains of 2019. So if you're just tuning in now, that is everything that was scripted to talk about today. As well as that, we have also talked a little bit about first rate rounds, in play in the UK. We've also talked about, also there was Martello talking about running a pump tournament at his site in Newquay as well, which that was also scripted to talk about as well. And I believe that was everything that was scripted to talk about today. So thank you very much for watching, guys. I hope that you've enjoyed the stream today. If you haven't, then, well, there's nothing more that I can do for you. But I hope that you have watched the stream. I hope that you have enjoyed the stream today. It has been my pleasure to entertain you. My name is Dexter. I don't really know what else I can say. If you enjoyed the stream, please feel free to drop a like, share the video around, because it helps me show up in people's feeds and lets more people know that I do these streams. And yeah, my name is Dexter. I love you all. Thank you very much for watching my stream. It is much appreciated, and I shall catch you all next time.